This is the 2025 Toyota Camry, and this is the XLE trim, which is the more luxury-oriented trim. So for the first time, the Camry is going to be hybrid only. They're using the 2.5 liter, the 5th generation hybrid engine, hybrid powertrain in this. And this is going to make anywhere from 225 to 232 horsepower, depending if you get the front-wheel drive version or the all-wheel drive version. And in the all-wheel drive version, that is 30 horsepower more than you got in the previous generation. But let's talk about this unique styling, this hammerhead styling that Toyota has here. So in this particular trim, this looks different than the XSE package. Anything with the S is the more sporty package. Anything with the L, like this XLE, is the more luxury package. So this grille has this sort of horizontal veins to it and sort of trailing off with these diamonds into the grille. I think it looks pretty nice. One of the other differences between the XSE trim is that this piece here is not continuous as it is in the XSE. So we have this little blackout piece here which holds the camera. Pretty similar, a little bit less body cladding over here, a little bit less blackout stuff too. But I think this is a pretty sharp looking car. Let me know down below if you like this redesign or not, because when a redesign comes out, people always don't like it for the first 6 months and then they change their mind about it. Coming over to the side, this is all Camry. There's no surprises here. We're still trying to keep the Camry-ness that has kept this the top-selling sedan in the US for so long. So this is still a conservative design from the side, and what we get on this particular trim is 18-inch wheels and tires. Of course, these are going to be all seasons. And as I said before, you get all-wheel drive with this as an option, and that is available across all of the trim levels for the first time. So if you live in a snowy climate, you can get all-wheel drive. And there is no physical connection between the front and the rear of the car. This is purely an electric motor in the back. And if you didn't like the amount of power that you got in a snowy climate in the last generation, this is different. This has, as I said, 30 more horsepower. So this motor in the back with this E-axle is quite a bit more powerful than what you got in the last generation. That is one of the big differences here, and I'm looking forward to the drive of this at some point in the near future too. Now, I'm not sure that we'll be able to get into the trunk because I don't think the power is on, but typically the Camry is going to have a really large amount of storage space for a sedan, and we're just not going to be able to see it, but you're just going to have to believe me on this one. So let's talk about this interior. And this whole car was designed at Calty Studios in California and Detroit. And so this is designed specifically for the North American market. This is the consumer, this is the buyer of this car. So this has this microfiber type material here. It has some name that I can't quite pronounce, but it's sort of an interesting material. It's quite soft. It sort of has a suede type feel to it. So that's a nice soft touch. We got soft touch here too. And then these seats are leather trimmed is what they call them. And they're pretty nice. These are ventilated and cooled, or rather ventilated and heated, I believe. I think they're ventilated. Check me on that. And then what we have up front is two 12.3-inch displays. So in front of the driver, you got a 12.3-inch display, which is big and bright, and we got this continuous fiber over here. And then we also have a 12.3-inch display in the center on this particular model. And you can, of course, as you get into the upper packages like this one, you're going to get a better audio system too. I find this new Toyota display that they've rolled out across their lineup to be really quite good and quite responsive. Of course, it has a wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto in the top models too. And this whole cockpit has a feeling of a cockpit as opposed to just a traditional sedan. So because we have this arch that sort of goes through here, which reminds me a little bit of the Corvette, it sort of gives it a little bit more of a jet fighter kind of vibe, if I can use that. Some interesting touches over here. We've got this little diamond pattern on the air vents, so that's kind of a nice thing. And a little bit of, you know, piano black here, not the biggest fan of that, but overall it feels like a pretty nice cabin. It feels a little bit more premium. I'm a little bit mixed on this piece over here. I think that's going to reflect up into the windshield when you're driving if it's super sunny, so I don't like that so much. But let's hop into the back real quick and see what this is all about back here. So again, we have this microfiber kind of pattern over here. I've got okay knee room. I'm not sure how tall this fictional driver was that just sat in front of me, probably over 6 foot. Okay knee room, foot room is okay. Not the best headroom with this sunscreen that goes all the way across here. So maybe if you get the lower trim packages, you might get a little bit more headroom in the back. But if you want the sun, you sort of got to compromise. So I'm 5'9". I think this would be probably not great if you're a taller person. Hope you enjoyed this video. My name is Eric. Thanks for watching, and click this video right over here.